Finish up the problem you're working on, 15 seconds. So we're not going to go over all of these, but would somebody like to share how they started the intercepts problem? Because that's going to relate to, yeah, number 1. You want to try it, Khatib? All right, come on up. Can you make sure you're not just showing us what to do, but you're talking and giving us reasons? Thanks.
So I had to make the zeros or whatever. So I put 0 in for y. So 5 times 0 plus 81 equal 10x. Then 5 times 0, that equals 0. So I rewrite the pound. 0 plus 81 equal 10x. And I have to get my numbers on one side and my x's on another. And 0 plus 81, that's 81. So it'll be 81 equal 10x. And I divide by 10 because you always divide with the x's are. So that'll be 10. And it comes out to be x equals 8.1.
So that's the x value, right? How would you write it to show that it's the whole x-intercept? Okay. You started this problem by putting in 0 for y, right?
Yeah.
So how can we can use those two numbers together to write it as a point? Do you know what I'm talking about? Kaylee, you want to help me out?
You're going to put 8, as you put it as a coordinate, you're going to put 8.1 and 0.
Excuse me?
And when you put it as a coordinate, your y is going to be a 0. So you're going to put 8.1 comma 0.
So that in parentheses, so it'll be a point?
So it'll be.
And I want to open this question to Khatib or anybody. If we're finding an x-intercept, why do we start by putting y in as 0? Anybody have an idea?
Because then you're only solving for x, right?
Yeah, but how do we know that y is 0 and not something else? Why don't we put 10 in for y, or 7, -2?
Because 0 is always the easiest thing, I guess.
No, because you want to cancel it out, right?
0 is where the line comes.
Okay, we've got 3 good answers and they were all super quiet.
You want to cancel them out.
You want to cancel them out. You want to have it just x equals at the end.
Okay.
Right? Terrence, what did you say too?
I said because 0 is where the line cross.
So if we're looking for that point where the line crosses the axis, we know that at that point, that y is going to equal 0. Because we're not only moving in the x direction. We're moving left and right, and then we're not moving up and down on the graph. You can picture that in your head. Okay? Khatib, you want to find the y-intercept also?
No, I wouldn't.
Please.
I don't know how to do the y-intercept.
Will you be willing to be our scribe and do the writing and let somebody else help you? Francisco, how should he start for the y-intercept?
Is it the same?
Sort of.
Don't I put 10x first?
This one. So what do we have to do this time? What do we put 0 in for?
For action.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear what he said?
So you don't got to put a problem like this in y form?
Oh, great question. While Khatib's writing, what do you guys think? In order to find these intercepts, does he have to put it in y form first?
So it'll be like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's answered Kayla's question, though.
I don't even know what
I didn't hear
platform
Kayla's
is.
question.
Oh, even better question then. Y form, do we have to make it so that the equation looks like y equals mx plus b before we do it? Or can we leave it looking like this?
You can leave it looking like this.
Too many people talking at once. I heard Francisco say we can leave it like that. What did you say, Jocelyn?
Get 81 to the other side, but make it to the negative.
Okay. So you're saying what Khatib's next step should be?
You should get 81, but when you bring it down, it's going to be negative 81. So you put it to the other side.
So you're going to write it like 5y plus 81 equals 0.
5
Wait.
y plus
That's
81 equals 0.
Now you're going to subtract 81 from 81 and 0. Yeah. Now that's going to equal 5y equals 8 negative. Yeah, 81. 5y is going to equal negative 81. And that is just going to divide by 5. And then to give me a y.
Y equals.
Which we can leave as a fraction as we want. We can leave it as negative 81 over 5.
It's negative 16.2.
Negative what?
16.2.
16.2.
So Kayla, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When you did yours, did you put it in y form first? Did you get all the y's on one side and everything else on the other?
Yeah, but I think I'll be doing y. I'm not quite sure because I don't think I know how to do it that well.
Did you get the same answer for your?
I did try to put it in y form.
Did you get the same answer for your y?
Nope.
Oh, did you just erase it?
No, I'm just going to do it the way I was telling you to.
Okay, I just wanted to take a look and so I could see how you put it in y form. So don't erase it. Will you write it just next to it? Okay. So, did anybody try putting it in y equals form before they solved? Yeah or no? If you did, we should still get the same answer because we're just changing around the equation to look different before we start. And so if it's easier for you to deal with it that way, you can. But you can also put the x and the 0 in for x or substitute the 0 in for y right in this form. You don't have to change it first. Okay? So we're going to come back and look more at intercepts. We're going to use this stuff with intercepts today as we're looking at our parabolas. We haven't done this with lines in a little while, so thank you for that practice and refresher. Do you guys want to ask any last questions before we go? Okay.